right. Once again, thank you everybody for joining. We're going to give our other registrants about another minute to join. But while we're waiting for that, my name is Chris Maley. I'm the Vice President of Operations and the Training and Education Coordinator here with Property Panorama. One thing that I do want to put out there is that several of our partnered MLSs have requested that we put this in all of our presentations moving forward. But it is an antitrust statement that this event or meeting will focus on advancing the interests of real estate professionals and consumers of real estate services, increasing competition, reducing risk for all parties involved in real estate transactions, and sharing insights on business best practices. The following discussion topics are always prohibited: agreements to fix prices, limiting product or service offerings, allocating geographical territory or customers, and refusing to deal. Any discussion that is inconsistent with this policy will not be tolerated. So, there's a big shift going on in the real estate world. So that's something that you're going to see at the beginning of every presentation of ours moving forward. You may see it from a lot of other vendors as well. But moving into the reason that you're all here and the reason that you're taking time out of your busy schedules is to know more about your Property Panorama member benefits. Today's presentation is being recorded, and I will also be taking questions and answers throughout the presentation. So please feel free to use that question and answer button, as well as the webinar chat. I'll be happy to answer questions from either location. Well, let's go ahead and get things started. I'll give you a little bit of background information about Property Panorama really quick. First, we introduced our platform to the industry in 2002, and our mission statement ever since then has always been really simple, and that's to connect consumers directly to listing agents. Property Panorama is a digital marketing solution that provides tools designed to help advertise and market your listings and brands online. The company is now with over 270. We're actually just almost at 280 MLSs and associations, which attributes to over 1 million unique visitors per week on our website. So one of the key products that we do offer is our InstaView suite. This is what you do receive as a free member benefit to some extent through your MLS. Now, some of you may have a subscription model where you get a limited number of photos free. Some of you may have it where it's paid for by the MLS. But regardless of that, it is a fully digital automated marketing suite. What it does is it creates a virtual tour for each and every single listing that's entered into the MLS within an hour of activating the listing. That virtual tour is then automatically syndicated back to the MLS and attached to your listing. You also do have an SSO or a smart single sign-on login from your MLS dashboard. I'll be covering those here in just a few moments. But again, you do have the unbranded virtual tour, which is automatically attached to your listings. But the products that we do offer are the branded and the unbranded virtual tours. We also have listing flyers and postcards. And for those of you that want to know a lot more about our print materials, we do have our Tech Tuesday webinar that's going to be the second Tuesday of March. So that is one of our webinars that's coming up where we're going to be diving really deep into the flyers and postcards. You also have the HD listing videos. These are downloadable as well as they can be automatically syndicated to your YouTube channel. And then finally, the digital portfolio, which is an agent landing page that houses all of your active listing inventory, has a contact form, and all sorts of resources for consumers to have at their fingertips. Additional features, I know we touched on it a little bit with the listing videos, but social media syndication. We do have one click as well as automatic social media syndication available. And that would be going to a Facebook business page, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube account. And then our one click goes to a bunch more sites that don't offer automated as well. We also have statistics and lead capturing capabilities within all of the branded products. Custom themes for all products, so you can customize the themes and the look of your tours and your other branded products. We have the TurboText and QR codes, which is another way for consumers to reach out directly to you. And then we also have a fully responsive design. So it doesn't matter if you're looking from a mobile device, from a desktop, from a tablet, everything is going to look as it should from regardless of the device. So just to give you a quick look at the virtual tours, we actually just revamped these back in September of 2024. This is the new look. You'll notice that on the mobile device, it does look a little different, and that's just so we can maximize the space. Instead of showing one photo at a time, we do show three at a time on the mobile devices. We've also updated it to have a quick access photo panel so consumers can scroll through the photos and select the features and areas that interest them the most. As always, we do have the Google Maps integration, which is also available in that bottom taskbar. And then on the branded materials, you can also add additional media sources. So if you have, say, a Matterport or a drone video, any marketing tool that is a digital tool, you can attach it right here on the virtual tour. Like I said, that we do have that lead capture and sharing, so consumers can contact you directly as the listing agent, directly from the branded virtual tour. And they can also view all of the listing information that is pulled directly from the MLS. So if you see any discrepancies on this page, that would indicate that something does need to be updated in the MLS, but don't worry, we are 100% synchronized with the MLS. So anytime you make a change in the MLS, we update hourly. So you'll see those changes applied within an hour. As I mentioned, we do have those print materials. This is just a couple examples of the flyers, but we do have three more layouts that are going to be getting launched here in the next week or two, uh, before we do have that Tech Tuesday webinar on the flyers and postcards. And then, as I mentioned, you have the digital portfolio, which is the agent landing page. Again, super easy and convenient to use. On its own, it could be a digital business card because it does have your phone number, email, and contact information built directly into it. However, if you do have listing inventory, if you scroll down just a little bit, you're going to see all of your active listing inventory. Now, if you do have more than 9 listings, you would have to click on the View More Tours to get to a page view. But if you click on the more information, that is going to open up a single listing website. That is something that has also been implemented since we changed to the new viewer. So since September, we have had single listing websites available directly through the digital portfolio. Uh, Now, the great thing is it looks pretty much like most single listing websites. However, the InstaView virtual tour is embedded directly to it as well. So consumers still have full access to every aspect of marketing that we do provide for you. And then scrolling down the page just a little bit further, we do have testimonials, a biography, which you can add directly into your profile, as well as all of your contact information and a contact form where consumers can reach out to you directly from the page. So now that we've given you the quick 10,000-foot view of InstaView, one of the most common questions we get asked is how do you create your virtual tours? I know I said it's automatic, but you do need to make sure that a few things within your MLS are set correctly to ensure that it does get created. So you have the internet display or display on internet. It's going to be some variation of that, or even it may even just say internet. IDX and include InstaView Tour, include Property Panorama, include free virtual tour. Every MLS has a little bit different verbiage, but they're all the same in regards to what they do. Please just make sure that those are all marked as yes. As long as those are marked as yes, your listing is going to come across to us in the feed, and we'll be able to create that tour for you within the hour. Once the tour is created, you are going to receive an email from us with both the branded and the unbranded links. Now, if you are not upgraded and you're only on the free version, you're going to get the unbranded tour with just the first 5 images, And then the branded tour is going to say unlicensed product across it. The only reason for that is it's giving you a sample of what it would look like as a branded tour. You will also have the opportunity from that email, if you are not upgraded, to click on the Upgrade Now button, and it will take you right into the store. Well, let's go ahead and jump over here. So, ways to access your Property Panorama account. If you are a member of Flex MLS, it's going to be Products, then Property Panorama. If you're in Matrix, then it's going to be Links, and then Property Panorama. If you're in Navica, it's going to be Search, External Links, and Property Panorama. And if you are in Rapatoni, it's going to be Property Panorama right from your MLS homepage. And then finally, if you are with Paragon, it is products, marketing, then Property Panorama. I will make sure that this screen is updated when I upload the video to YouTube, and I will send it out with the corrected slide when I do send out the email thanking you for joining today. So just to answer the question that came in where you can get a list of that. But let's go ahead and move along to the brand new members dashboard that we launched back in March of last year. So first and foremost, you'll see if you've been with us for any number of years that this is completely different this year compared to previous years. It's a lot more streamlined and it's a lot more readable directly from a mobile device. So that was one of the key things when we were redesigning this page, but the elements are all still the same. So up top is your digital portfolio. It's also where you can manage your profile picture and your company logo. Clicking directly on the image is going to prompt you to browse your computer for the image that you want to use, save your changes. Because it is applying it to multiple products, it can take maybe 30 seconds for everything to update before it goes back to the next page. But in regards to the digital portfolio itself, this is also where you can share the digital portfolio, you can edit it, and you can also get the statistics. See how many people have been clicking, where the clicks have been coming from. If you've received any leads through that contact form, those will also be on that statistics page because that does take you to the leads page as well. Just to the right of that is the store. That's where you would purchase any of the products that we're going to be covering today. And now we'll jump over to the left-hand menu really quick because the most important thing to do is to make sure that all of your branding is correct before, putting out any branded marketing materials. So we have the account page. And the reason I say that one is one of the more important ones is because that's where you can update your email address, your phone number, make sure that your mobile number or your preferred number is in the first slot and marked as primary. That ensures that that is the one phone number that's going to be on each and every single piece of branded material that we syndicate for you. Up next, we have the My Listings section. So this is just a snippet on this page right here. If you have more than 3 listings, clicking on View More Listings is going to take you to a paginated view where you can see up to 9 listings at a time. But if you have 3 or less, then you can absolutely manage just from this section alone. The first block right here, that eyeball, that means that it's public. It's out on the internet. It can be viewed. Say you wanted to make it private, you can do so by clicking on that eye. You'll see a line go through it. It means that it's not being broadcast anywhere. Next, you'll see either upgrade or licensed. If it says licensed, then you have the full feature set for that listing. However, if you see upgrade, that means that you are using a free version, and to get all of the tools, you would need to purchase an upgrade. Below that is the promote button. We're going to be covering that a little bit later in the presentation. However, I just want to let you know that is how you would purchase an advertising campaign specifically for the listing. Likewise, if you wanted to purchase an agent level campaign, just promoting yourself as an agent, that's right here underneath the digital portfolio. And now you're going to say, wait a minute, all these icons are different than they were before. So the linking page, which is where you share all of your links and all of your products, is that first button right here. So the share icon is where you get to what was called the linking page. If you want to edit your listing, that's going to take you to the tour manager. And then if you wanted to see the specific statistics for that respective listing, you can click here. Otherwise, if you wanted to see more broad statistics for your entire account, you can click on that from the left-hand side. And then the final icon here, PDF. If you've already created a PDF flyer, then that will be nested there and saved there for you. That's just for easy access so you can re-download it or send it out instead of having to go to the linking page and finding the correct flyer and whatnot. So again, just to streamline your experience. And we've already covered the statistics. The next most important page after you've gotten all of your information set is settings and syndication. This is where you're going to set up your automatic syndication to pages like your Facebook business page, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Additionally, if you are a co-listing agent, unfortunately, the way that our system works with the MLS, we can only create one automatic virtual tour per listing. So if you're a co-listing agent, unfortunately, we're not going to automatically create a tour for you. But don't worry, we do have an option available for you right here with the Create Custom Tour. That's going to allow you to create your own marketing materials for a listing that you are the co-listing agent on. So like I said, the most important one is that account page. Let's go ahead and jump to that account tab. Oh, we do have a question that came in. Will this sync with Garden State, Hudson, and or Bright? So that is a great question. We are actually currently talking with Bright MLS. I do not know the answer for Garden State or Hudson at this time. I do know that we did speak to them at a convention not too long ago. So as soon as we know something, we will definitely let you know as well. Is this sinking from Monmouth or Ocean? Not that I know of. All of the MLSs that did receive our notification for today's webinar, they are partners of ours. So if you did receive a notification regarding this, we are partnered with that specific MLS that you received it from. All right. So onto that account page. As I mentioned, this is where you can adjust your contact information. And this is going to be where you can update your email address. For your phone number, you want to make sure that it is in that first slot, the one that you want to use the most, and marked as primary. So that's a little checkbox there. The one thing that cannot be adjusted on this page is this office block up here. Again, this is all pulled in from the MLS. So it's going to have your office name and office website that is pulled directly from the office account. Everything else, you will have access to change as it pertains to your contact information, biography, or testimonials and marketing. You'll see that the username is grayed out. That's just because it's tied directly to your agent ID in the MLS. And then I know we mentioned the settings and syndication page. This is again where you can set up that automated syndication to your Facebook business page, X, or LinkedIn just by clicking on the yes button on the left-hand side there, and it will prompt you to synchronize your account with Property Panorama and allow us to post on your behalf. Likewise, you can also set your email notification preferences. So if you wanted to opt out of specific email notifications that we do send out, you're more than welcome to do so from this page. And then you can also set your preferred email or SMS settings for your lead notifications. So if you wanted to opt into lead notifications via text, you would just click on yes here, entering your phone number at the bottom of the page. And once that's saved, any leads moving forward would go to your phone. The best part about that is the only things that will go to your phone are leads. You're not going to be receiving our notifications of sales or anything like that to your phone. That's only going to go to you via email as long as you haven't opted out. So the meat and potatoes of your listings is going to be found on that linking page. So first and foremost, we do have the tour links, which are this top block up here. You're going to have your branded and your unbranded virtual tour links. Also, the ability to embed the virtual tour links directly onto your website if you wanted to do so, just by clicking on that copy embed code and using the version of the tour that you want on your page. There's also a QR code available for your listing that's going to take consumers directly to the branded tour. And then, as I mentioned before, the one-click sharing option. So this is the one-click syndication in that upper right-hand corner. These are all going to send the branded InstaView virtual tour for your listing to your X, Facebook, Messenger, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Reddit, WhatsApp, and Tumblr accounts. So whichever ones you want to use, just click directly on the icon and it will start the post for you. So for a quick look at the Pro Flyers, uh, this is what you're going to see when you first get a listing. It's going to say Classic Flyer. That's automatically created for you. It only has the first three images and it has everything as it's entered into the MLS. However, you can fully customize it by clicking on that Create/Manage button and then Add New. Once you do that, it's going to ask you if you want a just listed, just sold, open house. There's, I want to say, 13 or 14 different headings that you can choose from. So it's going to let you fully customize that flyer based on your choices. Up next, we do have another convenient way for you to advertise your listing if you wanted to purchase one of those Adtensify campaigns. We'll be covering those a little bit later, so I don't want to dive too deep into that right now. Up next is the listing video. So, if once you first enter the listing and we create the tour, you may not see this right away. And that's just because it takes a little bit longer to create video versus a website. The videos, probably about 20 minutes after you get the virtual tour notification, you should see that on the page. And you'll be able to download it. If you've made any changes, you can regenerate it by clicking on that generate button, or you can even one-click share it to YouTube if you wanted to down at the bottom of that block. As for the turbo text, this is for you to place a sign rider at the property. So consumers going by can get the virtual tour on their mobile device. You would get their contact information in the form of a lead. So we do have the sign writer available for you to download, or you can use your own. You just need to make sure that the information on this page is used. So it's the 844 phone number to text the code. You're going to want to make sure that you're using the exact code that you're seeing in that TurboText code window. We recommend having a blank sign writer printed out and using the 2.5 to 3 inch mailbox lettering. That way it can just be reused multiple times and you're not stuck with a sign that you could only use once. And then when I mentioned earlier that you can place additional media resources within the virtual tour, this is where you place those links. So if you had, say, a drone video, a Matterport tour, or something else that you wanted to use for your digital marketing, you would just place the link here, give it a title, a description, choose one of the over 1,000 icons, and submit, and you're ready to go. That's going to be attached to the tour in that additional links section. Now, if you wanted to say customize your tours, when you click on that tour editor, the first page isn't going to have a whole lot of information that you can change. That's because it's pulled from the MLS. So anything that you would need changed, if it's the listing price, if it's the address, there's a typo in the address, adjust it in the MLS, we're going to update within the hour. The, excuse me, the unbranded description, same thing. To ensure MLS compliance, that field cannot be edited from our system. However, the branded and the flyer description fields, you are more than welcome to adjust those fields, and they will update automatically on those products. Moving on to the next step is the photos. So you're going to see that this has revamped a little bit as well. We do have a quick photo tutorial available at the bottom of the page. Gives you a little bit of best practices of using mobile devices versus digital cameras, what's the best practice when using each of those devices, and so on and so forth. But what you're going to be most interested in here is because we are pulling all of your photos directly from the MLS, is clicking on that Add/Manage Photos button. This is where you can adjust the photo labels, the photo descriptions. If you wanted a photo to be featured as the primary image on social media posts, you would just click on the image, click on the Make This My Primary. It's automatically saved for you. Any future social media posts will use that image instead. If you wanted to add additional photos, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Photos that aren't in the MLS, you would just click on that upload and it will prompt you to browse your computer for those images. If you wanted to create a panorama, part of our namesake was we were one of the first companies to create that panorama technology by stitching photos together. You can do that. Just make sure that those images have about a 15% overlap. So when you're taking the images, they kind of need to overlap each other so the computers can find the likenesses between the images and push them together. Okay, great question. So we just had one come in. If our photos are named in the MLS, will they pick up those names or will we still need to name them here? So 90% of the time, we are programmed to pick up those photo names in the MLS. Nine times out of 10, though, it is from the description field, not from the photo name itself. So you're just going to want to make sure that you're putting in the photo description or photo label, whatever it's called in your MLS. And like I say, about 90% of the time, we are synchronized with that field. I do not have a specific list of ones that do not carry over. That is something that we are working on, and we're actually working harder to get with the MLS to pull over those photo labels from the desired fields instead of making more work for you because we want it to be 100% hands-free as much as possible for you. But moving right along over here, if you wanted to reorder the photos, up until a year ago, you had to do that in the MLS. This new system allows you to click and drag the images into any order that you want. So you no longer have to update the order of photos in the MLS just to change them on the tour. The best part about this system, once you're done with your changes, all you have to do is click on the X in the upper right-hand corner, and it's going to automatically save for you. Moving right along to the next step is changing the theme of the tour. So you'll see that it's either set as a default for your MLS or maybe for your brokerage, depending on if you are in one of the, I would say, top 50 brokerages in the country. Odds are we do have a color palette for you and it's automatically applied. However, you may be in a sub brand where you need to have specific coloring for that. And in that instance, all you would have to do is click on the change theme and come over here to adjust your background color in the header and in the footer. You can also adjust your text color in the header and footer. And then if you wanted to make it a little bit more see-through, that's the opacity number. By default, it is set to 66 across the board, so you see a little bit through, but you also still see the banner. Once you're done with all of these changes, you can go ahead and save them, and that'll take you right on over to the next step, which is what allows you to adjust your audio and the photo effects. So if you wanted the images to zoom in, zoom out, that's the Ken Burns effect. Just make sure that that is marked as yes. But the block to the left is audio. So we have approximately 70 76 different songs available to you. They're 100% royalty free, no charge to you. However, we do get a lot of agents asking, can I use a voiceover or can I use my own music? Voiceover, absolutely. It's only going to be on the branded product, but with music, that can get a little dicey. The reason I say that is because you need to have the proper permissions to play it commercially. So you would have to go through BMI or ASCAP or one of the other licensing agencies. So we definitely recommend going through a royalty-free version versus doing commercial music because commercial music can get very expensive very quickly. So if that is an option that you still choose to go forward with and want to use commercial music, you are more than welcome to, but you do have to have the proper licensing. Uh, there are also tons of royalty free or I can't think of the other term that they use, but royalty free music essentially means that these are artists that are selling their songs for $5 a piece to be used for lifetime. So you might find something that's similar to the commercial music that you want to use through one of those sites. But once you're happy with your changes that you've made here, you're going to see a final preview of what the tour is going to look like. This is somewhat interactive, but it's just designed to be more of a, hey, take a look, make sure that it has everything you want it to. If you need to make adjustments, go back to the respective section, but you're done with the tour at this point. Um, One of the key takeaways from that section is it's all about trial and error, trying to find that perfect, combination. If you really want to play with the color schemes, you will be able to copy and paste color codes if you want the same for the top and bottom. So you can make those changes really easy at that point in time. Uh, but moving on to the next section, back in March of 2024, we partnered with Local Logic, and that was in order to provide a new tool, more consumer facing than agent facing, but it is neighborhood insights. So it provides local content and local hyper-local demographics for consumers to really get to know a neighborhood. So it's really useful for consumers that might be making a remote move, coming from a distant location, or just really can't get around the neighborhood to get to know it as well as they would like to. So they can get information. I want to say the initial mark is within uh, 1.5 miles of the property, and it gives the average income, the employment, income brackets, total population. Um, is that mapping feature in line with the yes, it is. Yes, this is 100% in line with all of the current regulations as they sit now. Anytime that the changes are made within the discrimination rules, we do make the appropriate adjustments. And in the mapping case, Local Logic is the one that's on top of that aspect of it. And they are working hand in hand with MLS's daily to ensure that they are always within compliance. But let's go ahead and jump back over here. So you can also learn, total population of the area by age group, owners versus renters, the types of housing in the area. So you're getting a lot of information. And this is, again, this is all consumer facing. So it's something that, sure, I could jump online and go to 20 different websites and get the various information for each and every single one of these. Or I could go right to the local demographics within the neighborhood insights, and it's going to provide me all of that information in one spot. Likewise, you can also get local content. So there's 18 different location scores, 20 different point of interest categories. So it's going to tell you, if it's a drivable neighborhood, if it's good with public transportation, how walkable is the neighborhood, how close are the amenities. Likewise, you're also going to get school information from that education tab, local amenities, if there's coffee houses, if there's restaurants, grocery stores, the character of the neighborhood, if it's quiet, if it's vibrant, if there's a busy nightlife. If it's also going to be measured within the decibel range. So if it is a louder neighborhood, you will get the decibel reading of how loud that neighborhood can be. Likewise, the nature score, how many parks are in the area? What's the distance to the parks? Wellness, hospitals, medical facilities, gyms, health food stores. Those types of things are going to be listed in there. And again, it gives them a really good view, even if they can't be right in the neighborhood, to show what is available to them and let them focus on what's important to them. So this is an add-on to our system for the hyperlocal insights and demographics for all of your listings. It doesn't matter how many listings you have. It's $22 a month or $225 a year. Now, if you are in one of the MLSs where uh, InstaView is not 100% free to you, then we do offer a bundle to give you even greater savings. So to include InstaView and Neighborhood Insights to have everything fully upgraded on that side, it's only $25 a month or it's $250 a year. So you're getting huge savings off of InstaView if you do bundle them together. And then the final thing that I wanted to touch on today is our advertising. We've talked about it a couple times already in the presentation. So just want to close things out with this because this is how you can get your listings in front of consumers that are not within your sphere. This is going to break outside of your sphere, and it provides listing and agent campaigns that are designed to drive traffic and exposure directly to you, your listing, and your brand. The ads display on all devices, and there are no zip code restrictions. Just to provide an example of some of the sites that the ads do go to, Bleacher Report, Weather Channel, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, Facebook. Facebook is included with each and every single campaign. So that one's a big one. On a 1 week campaign, you're going to be getting approximately 5,000 impressions. So 1,000 of those are directly to Facebook, and these are all ads designed to go out to a 15-mile radius around the property. However, if you wanted to adjust your targeting, you're more than welcome to do so by choosing up to 3 zip codes or picking a specific city of interest. The pricing on the advertising campaigns is $59.99 for 1 week. However, if you purchase 2 or more weeks, you're going to get 1 week free. So where it says 2 weeks for 118.99, that's actually going to be a 3 week campaign. Likewise, with the 3 and 4, you'll get an additional week for free. So these ads do not connect to your business profiles on Facebook. However, it has your phone number, your contact information built directly into the ad, and any clicks go directly to your branded virtual tour. So it's going to take them directly to where they can use that contact form to reach out to you. These are more like when you're scrolling through your Facebook feed, the sponsored ads that you see. To give you a full breakdown of the Intensify pricing, we also have the agent level campaigns, which is why I always want to bring this page up. The base monthly campaign for an agent level campaign is $199. However, turning on automatic renewal does give you an automatic 10% right off the top. So it's $179.10. That gets you approximately 25,000 views within that 1 month period. Now, I know that I've said that Facebook is included in every single campaign, but with Intensify Plus, you can actually saturate the market a little bit more. So yes, you have your base campaign. Let's say it's a 1 week, $59.99. Adding an additional $19.99 gets you another 1,000 extra views weekly on Facebook, which does have the highest click-through rate of any site. The nice thing about Intensify Plus, because Instagram is not part of the base package. Meta views it as a premium service, so unfortunately, it does have a higher price tag, 29.99 per week. You can add 1,000 views on Instagram to any campaign. The one thing I will say is if your demographic is in that 45 and under range for the property that you're selling, Instagram is a great spot to advertise on because that is the main demographic that's using the platform. So ultimately, you are the expert in, your area. So knowing what type of demographics would be looking at your property is going to dictate what types of advertising you want to place out there. So definitely use your knowledge base as the local expert to apply it to these types of advertising and marketing. Before I wrap things up today, I do want to let you know about one thing that I'm extremely excited about. It's coming soon. We're in the final stages of testing. We're hoping to have this out by the end of March, uh, provided there's no issues because we are in that final stage. But it's Revideo. And what Revideo is it's going to be a video recording app as well as a video editor for you to make short form videos for your listings. They're the hottest thing on social media. The average person views 70 videos a day just by scrolling through their feed. So adding that into your arsenal as a tool is a huge plus. I'm very excited to see this when it gets launched, just to see how much it changes the industry as a whole. But the videos will be able to be shared with one click to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. So everything that you hear people talking about when it comes to social media and breaking through your sphere of influence, getting past it, by your likes, shares, comments. This is one of the key ways to do it because the algorithms in social media absolutely love short videos. You will be hearing more about this, I would say, within the next 2 to 3 weeks as we get ready to launch. You'll probably be seeing, a big sale notification. Hey, get InstaView, and we have the new Revideo product available for you as well. Uh, but again, that 2 to 3 weeks, you should be getting those emails. But again, I do want to thank you all for your time today, and I want to open the floor to any additional questions that you may have. That I did get to everything that came in during the presentation. Uh, but again, I do want to just display the antitrust statement again, just to ensure that we are in compliance with our MLS partners and make sure that uh, everybody stays happy on all sides of the house. But in closing, I would like to ask you to follow our blog. That's at blog.propertypanorama.com. That has all of the registration links for our upcoming training sessions, also our Tech Tuesday session. We have all of our training videos at youtube.com/propertypanorama. They're also available on the top of our page under the education tab in the upper right. And then if you do have any questions or you think of something after the webinar ends, you're more than welcome to contact our support team. Our support team is here Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's support at propertypanorama.com or the number on your screen, 440-290-2200. Option one will get you to our InstaView staff. Option two will get you to our Adtensify advertising experts. I do have a couple of questions that have come in. This can be used for commercial as well as residential. Absolutely. It depends on if it comes from a different feed from your MLS. So some MLSs do have a separate commercial feed. If they have not turned that on for us, then we don't get those listings necessarily. However, we can request it from the MLS and get that straightened out really quickly. We've done it before in the past. And then do we have a free trial of the service? We do have the free version that you are provided through the MLS. However, we do not have a free trial of the service specifically opening up the upgrades. But if you reach out to our support team, uh, we might be able to work something out for you. Maybe, do a $1.99 upgrade for the per listing option, and just instead of locking you in there, giving you the full feature set at that point. But you all are very welcome. Again, if you do have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Our support team is happy to assist with any questions you have. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedules today. I know they're very busy. I went a little bit longer than I normally do for presentations, but again, I want to give you back about the next 15 minutes of your day, and I hope you all have a wonderful and successful week. Thank you so much.